as we bring you here what is happening in agriculture. And as I was at the Minipa Research and Agriculture Centre, the PIRSA facility up on the west coast of South Australia, I was introduced to a local former farmer, John Kelch, who now heads up a program looking at farmers and taking up innovation and growing the amount of, if you like, innovation and technical skill that is necessary on farm these days. And we had a fascinating talk about the reality of corporate farming, also the situation for family farms and how technology will enable those that farm to get that cutting edge and to be able to maximise returns. And of course that means more profit, and at the end of the day means the ability to either grow the business or to languish in the business. I guess droughts and so forth have a lot to do with that, but the technical aspects can help take and iron out some of these crucial situations that farmers find themselves in. And John was one of those folk that is on a very important project that is across the northern part of South Australia, from Newry across the Riverland right into the York and then into the mid-north and the Eyre Peninsula, his contact areas as he seeks to help farmers take up on innovation and more technology. Then I saw today an article that Ricky Lambert, our senior content producer here at The Flow, has produced for us. And the article is headed, ABARES and CSIRO identify 5 megatrends facing farmers and regional communities. And the article that Ricky has put together takes us to Tuesday and an analysis by the ABARES and the CSIRO relating to how farmers can grow their regional communities and at the same time be able to develop, in conjunction with groups like the National Farmers Federation, a significant place for farming in the future. And this opportunity, this 1 in 100 year opportunity for farming and the decentralising of population, all those things that I've been strongly advocating for and supporting, and that we talked quite candidly with those at PIRSA in the Minipa office that I was with yesterday. Now, these agencies have released a report that has come a day after the National Farmers Federation had their report at the National Press Club about the golden opportunities presented for regions and growing positive sentiment towards relocating people out of metropolitan areas and into regional parts of Australia. And more importantly, into the smaller towns. I think that it's one thing to say that somebody moves from Sydney to Wagga Wagga or from Melbourne to Albury Wodonga, but it's another thing to say that somebody moves out of Adelaide or Melbourne to, say, Hopetoun or out to Minipa. I think these become crucial questions, these megatrends that they've talked about, and that this is the growth one. That's the first big megatrend, that $3 billion that will be empowered with consumers increasing wealth and showing stronger ability to afford quality food and fibre, and that's through the world. I mean, we're seeing that happen in India and places in Asia already. And the second megatrend referred to is fractal politics. Beware the dance of giants as the global balance of power is contested and nations assert their sovereignty through tariffs and other forms of protectionism, all coming after all these free trade agreements, so to speak. More from less, the permanent race for advantage, highlighting the challenges brought by innovation, predicting the regional population that it would continue to drift from farms and smaller towns to larger regional centres and capital cities. The obvious situation for that is that if farms don't farm scale up and mechanise what they do and put technology in there, then they are not going to be able to continue to compete, and that becomes a very important point from this article. Cascading planetary risks. It's coming ready or not. Predicted volatility in climate and commodity prices in emerging markets, that the carbon circumstances and the ecosystems, I guess the soil being used to store carbon and so on, these become very interesting things. And disruptive technologies, the opportunities for the brave, such as exponential advantages in digital technology, automation, genetics and synthetics that will disrupt and change how food and fibre products are made, marketed and delivered. Yes, an interesting topic, one that John Kelch and I got our teeth into a little, about technology and the throughput of that, and the things that are becoming, I guess, out of the left field or out of right field sometimes, depending on what they can do and how they can change what we do in farming and the systems we use. and the profitability that farms are able to achieve, size and sustainability of their action and their landscapes around about them. There's so much that came out of our discussions at Minipa, and I found it was rather interesting that our content producer, Ricky Lambert, was able to find these really important articles about innovation and about the challenges, these mega threats and mega challenges and mega opportunities that are discussed in terms of the decentralisation of population, hopefully to our smaller towns, not just those bigger regional ones.